Hello there, my friend, and welcome back. A lot of people ask how I am able to get everything that I need to do in a week done. So today I wanted to share that time management strategy with you. In case you're sitting there and you're like, well, Theresa, what is it all in the week that you have to get done? Well, let me tell you. These are just some of the things that I need to do in any given week. So to start off, I have two jobs. I'm a teacher and a musician on the weekends. Yes, you heard that right. That means that most weeks I work 7 days a week. On top of that, I have YouTube. I have other social medias as well that all feed into each other that I do my best to keep up with on a regular basis. I need to get my art shop up and running. So I'm just going to put art shop, and I'm also writing a book. So all of those things. Now, of course, leading into everything, I have when am I going to grade papers? When am I going to lesson plan? For musician, when am I going to practice my music? All of those things. And because I don't have a partner or a roommate, I am left to do literally everything else by myself. So we have grocery shopping. We have cooking, cleaning, laundry, etc., and of course, working out. And there is absolutely no way that I would be able to get any of this done if I did not use time blocking as my time management skill. And let me show you how I do that. So this is how I typically devise my time during my day. Now, this is just going to be on weekdays, not weekends, and each day is going to have a different task to it. So yes, you are reading that correctly. To get everything in that I need to, I wake up at 3:30 a.m. every morning, and I go to sleep by 10 p.m. the night before. So the reason that I wake up at 3:30 every morning is because I like slow mornings. I mean, let's be honest, it only takes me 15, maybe 20 minutes to get ready in the morning. So I could definitely wake up in that time and be out the door, but it stresses me out too much and puts me on edge throughout the rest of the day. So I like a few hours to really creep into the fact that I'm going to need to be out in public and need to be productive. And with time blocking, as it sounds, you're literally blocking off time to do things and do only those things in that time period. So from 3:30 to 5:30, this is my slow morning time. So I will wake up, obviously. I'll wake up. I'll work out at this time. Not at 3:30 in the morning, but between 3:30 and 5:30. I'll work out. I'll do some reading. One of the questions I get asked a lot also is, how do you read so much in the day? This is why. I wake up early, and instead of just watching TV, I'll read. I'll have coffee, breakfast, etc. And I also try to do some writing during this time. In the past, I used to try to paint before I went to work, but I found that it was way too messy to try to get everything cleaned up in time for me to leave for work. Speaking of work, between 5:30 and 6:30, so we're just going to put it at 6. Let's do a different color so we can really see the color blocking. So I'll just put it where this goes. I am at work or doing work things from about 6-ish to about 3-ish. Really don't like to work past my contract hours because as a teacher, or if you don't, I am not getting paid for that. So I like to do all of the work, planning, etc. that I can. Sometimes, though, it does bleed over. Typically, I'll take 1 or 2, if I'm really stretching it, Saturdays out of the month, caught up on any grading that I'm behind on, and or to plan for the month ahead. That way I know full well what I'm planning to do, and I can pace myself accordingly in the class. From 3:30 to 5:30 on most days, not every day, but most days, that's where I need to get any sort of life administration work out of the way. So I just typically call this life admin if I know myself. So I know myself. I've lived with myself, and especially my teaching self, for many, many years. I know that if I come home and I sit down, I am not getting off of that sofa until about 7:30 or 8:30, and I'm going to be like, where did the day go? So I block off this 2-hour-ish period for any life admin that needs to happen. So that could be chores that I have around the house. It could be any sort of errands that I need to run. Any sort of like gardening work I need to do. Anything that I need to do to let the rest of my life move forward as it should. Once you get into the routine, it does actually work out. You kind of get used to that routine and you know how much time it's going to take you to do things. That's a big thing with time blocking. You have the time blocks out in your calendar and in your day to want to get things done. And I know, like, the big thing is I want to cram all that I can in that time period. But know yourself, know what's going to work best for you, and really try to do your best not to set yourself up for failure. This time blocking system took about half a year for me to really get in the groove with most things. So time blocking for before school and during school worked great right off the bat, but it was that like after school that it was hard for me to wrap my mind around, because I am one of those people that either does absolutely nothing, or let me say wants to do absolutely nothing when I get home from work, or I think I can do everything all at once. Like I can do like 20 things after I've worked a full day. And that's just, I've learned, at least for me, that is not possible. So now I use this to work with myself instead of against myself. All of the life admin things out of the way now, I'll usually eat. So dinner. That's not how you spell dinner. That's okay. So between 6 and 6:30, I eat old people dinner because, you know, I'm up at 3:30 the next day, but also I take medicine at night, and this just works out with all of the medicines that I need to take and the time periods that I have to space everything out. So 6 to 7-ish is when I'm usually eating dinner, and that leaves from about 7 to 9 to do social media stuff. That's really light, but I think you can see it. So in the evening is usually when I will do social media stuff. So on the weekend, I do batch film all of my content. So typically what I'm doing during the week during this time, because by that time period, I am exhausted. I'm doing my best not to be like front-facing camera, because I know that my energy levels will just be low at that time. So the filming's typically done on the weekends. This time of the day is where I'm going to be like replying to comments or editing those videos, doing SEO things, taking pictures of products, or taking like behind the scenes sort of pictures. And that leaves us from 9 to 10. So you know by 10, I am going to be in bed. Honestly, bed is usually around 9:30, but 10 is the absolute latest that my body will allow myself to stay up. This time, the little sliver of time left is going to be like to shower, get ready for bed, etc., meditate, all of those things, do my nighttime journaling. All of the things, my bedtime routine, if you will, that will help me be able to like completely be falling asleep by 10 p.m. Time blocking my calendar has really helped me feel like I am in control of my day instead of just like letting it waste away or letting work overtake my day. It allows me to work and still have time to do the things that I not only have to do to keep my life going, but also do things that are meaningful to me. Everyone manages their time differently though, so I would love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments down below the like button how you manage your time. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you real soon.